The dark web is a term used to describe a collection of websites that cannot be found through search engines on the internet. Not to be confused with the deep web, which is huge in size, contains password-protected pages, and is generally innocent in nature. The dark web is quite small in comparison, but is home to some of the most terrifying creations the human mind can conjure. In order to view these sites, you must access the internet via the Tor browser. This browser hides your identity with its encryption tool by spoofing your computer's location and making it close to impossible to trace. When a website is run through Tor, it has much of the same effect, except it's more effective, as both sides of the connection are being hidden by multiple levels of Tor's encryption. This kind of anonymity is great in certain circumstances, but in this video we have sourced the dark web to bring you some of the most terrifying things out there. But before we continue, I just want to warn you, the stories and images ahead are not for the faint-hearted. I researched these things so you don't have to. If you're still watching, then tape up your webcam and let's get ready to find out what's on this list. Number 5. Satan worship. There are many forums and online communities dedicated to Satanism. They are passionate about their beliefs and form intense cults in the real world. These cults and online communities that are perfectly protected via Tor and the dark web. My research on the dark web has shown me animal and human sacrifices, blood rituals, and secret images of these cult meetings. They reject mainstream religion, with some even actively organizing burnings of churches and attacks on the religious figures. These people are out of sight to us, and it makes me feel uncomfortable that they are able to organize themselves so well online. Number 4. Sad Satan. Released on normal internet but taken down, then re-released on the dark web. Sad Satan was first released on the surface web on June 25th via file sharing and torrents, and was seen as a vile creation that came from the depths of the internet. Apparently the audio, if listened to with headphones, could trigger nausea, and people were skeptical of playing due to rumors that the game contained gore and child pornography. Due to the game's roots, it was soon removed from the surface internet and it was recreated again in the deep web. The game contains demonic imagery, audio excerpts from people being killed, and lots of hidden nasties. The music made me very uncomfortable alone. This game made my skin crawl. It just feels like pure evil. Number 3. Human experiments. Some of the tales on human experimentation may be slightly fabricated on forums regarding this content. However, they stem from eyewitness accounts of websites found when surfing the dark web. There's a commonly told story from a credible source that depicts an encounter between a stranger and a gas station worker in Texas. The worker, who would talk to all his customers, met a trucker who was passing through and stopped to fill his tank. The worker had been watching videos about the dark web and was talking to everyone who passed him that day. This one guy struck up a conversation and gave him an onion link to follow. The link contained nothing of interest really, penis enlargement pills and movie downloads, nothing out of the ordinary. After a few more clicks, his browser was redirected to a strange-looking amateur website. The website had lots of unnamed folders containing collections of images and videos of people dissected and in various states of torture. There was a video which a few people have confirmed seeing on multiple sites depicting a homeless man being abducted off the streets, brought to a basement, and was experimented on to see how much pain the human body could endure before dying. The gas station worker was disgusted with what he was looking at, but felt the need to try and find out more. Then a chat box appeared at the bottom of the page asking if he liked the site. When the gas station worker said it was sick and he was going to call the cops, the person at the other side quickly retorted and posted his full address in the chat box. At this stage, the gas station worker knew it was real and exited the browser. As Tor records no search history, once the window is closed, there's no way for the police to trace the site. The worker felt the need to move home and is convinced these people are still operating today. Number 2. Snuff movies. There are a lot of websites hosted in the dark web that just stumbling upon with an onion link isn't enough. You need to be invited, vetted, and pay a membership fee using Bitcoin. One brave Reddit user who has remained unnamed was devoted to finding the truth behind these sites. After months of hanging out in shady chat rooms discussing all sorts of perversions such as violent sex, rape, and execution videos, the user was offered a phone number to ring if he wanted to join a video sharing service. After a few calls and some checks to ensure he wasn't police, he was invited to a quick Skype call with the site hosts, again to verify the user's identity. His story checks out and he was allowed to pay $350 in Bitcoin to access this mysterious site. According to our Reddit user who has posted screenshots I cannot show on YouTube, the website was quite sophisticated and people were offering videos for sale for as little as $50. He bought one, downloaded it, and played. He was watching shaky camcorder footage of a naked woman crying for help whilst masked men used crowbars to beat her slowly. He then knew he was part of a snuff video community and immediately deleted the video. He documented his sick findings on Reddit. He never believed this stuff really existed, and now he wishes he didn't see it firsthand. Number 1. The Red Room. Number 1 in our list has to be the terrifying story of the Red Room. The story depicts a social cab driver in a busy city. The man would always talk to his coworkers before and after shifts, which is actually where he learned about the dark web. A coworker gave him a few onion links, and some of which led him to crazy things for sale: weapons, drugs, hitmen, and all that kind of stuff. He began browsing through links and stumbled on a site with a red screen and a video stream. The Red Room. He noticed a chat box with over 200 people connected, with one user highlighted as the stream director. He just sat there in awe, wondering what he had found for about 10 minutes before the stream actually came alive. A man wearing an animal mask stood back from the cam to reveal a woman tied up in what looked like a basement. A group of other masked men began kicking and punching the woman, who had a big bag tied over her head. The director seemed to be taking commands from other users in the chat room, who were commenting on what they were watching. After some hideous commands were followed, one user asked they kill her using a machete that the director was holding. The director came back to the cam as he typed into his laptop the most chilling response, simply 500 more. You see, this was a site taking small amounts of money in exchange for committing some of the most obscene and inhumane acts to another person. Our cab driver no longer surfs the internet at all and urges people to be fearful of the dark web. It is real, and it is a very scary place.